In the household where I am, healing is our staple food. Glory to God. Let's go to Galatians chapter 5 from verse 19. It says, now the works of the flesh are manifest. The works of the flesh. He said they are manifest. Which are these? Adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness. These are sexual sins. Let's go on. Idolatry, witchcraft. This is list number 2. Idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies. Now give me this in the Amplified, this verse. Give me this verse in the Amplified. Please note idolatry and witchcraft. Here he says idolatry, sorcery. He said they are works of what? They are works of the flesh. Idolatry, sorcery, enmity. Enmity. Strife. Notice that they are on the same lists as idolatry and witchcraft. Or sorcery, if you like. Anger. Or ill temper. Selfishness. Divisions. Party spirit. It's a faction, sects with peculiar opinions, heresies. Give me this in the New Living Translation. Idolatry, sorcery, hostility, quarreling, jealousy, outbursts of anger, selfish ambition, dissension, division. This doesn't look like Jesus Christ at all. Hallelujah. This doesn't look like Jesus at all. Notice they're in the same category as witchcraft and idolatry. Somebody said that stubbornness is the attitude, rebellion is the action. You know, he says that's why you should never call your child stubborn. It doesn't matter what your child does. Praise the Lord. But you know what stubborn is? Stubborn is, I just will not change. I will not do it. Notice an attitude, you will never say it. But as I deal with you, that's what I see. You call some people for counseling. They came to you for counseling, but they are the ones counseling you. Pastor, is that what he told you? Is that what he told you, Pastor? I said, yes, ma'am. That's what he told me, ma'am. Pastor, because I've taken just as much of this as I can take. Emma Binuma. Don't be angry, man. Don't be angry. You know, me, I'm a man too, so we offended you together. You know, we're all men. We're all guilty. That's stubbornness. You know the amazing thing about stubbornness? You see the stubborn person is suffering. You saw that person in 2015, the person was suffering. 2021, the person is still suffering the same thing. And that person hasn't gotten the common sense. The person's mind has not connected the dots. That I am not moving because I have decided to stay here. It's an attitude. And that attitude, you know where it comes from? It comes from idolatry. Who is the idol? Self. Amen. I am the idol I worship. Because I am the idol I worship, my will can never submit to the will of God. Because I am good with God as long as God's will doesn't cross with mine. If it crosses with mine, I don't do this. I don't do this. So the will doesn't submit. Why is it idolatry? Because your worship involves your will. I hope you know that. Am I correct? Your worship involves your will. Your will is the center of your worship. Will or worship is about submission, is it not? So the only person you submit to is self. So that's idolatry. You are the idol. And then once you make yourself a god is supposed to be worshipped, Abi. So witchcraft now comes in. And then you begin to manipulate everything and everybody around you. You manipulate the boss, manipulate the pastor, manipulate your spouse. Use everything to manipulate, including tears. Oh, no, you know that when mama comes here, the way mama goes, and you know I'm allergic to this. When mama begins to throw things around, it affects me. It gives. And you do that, your mother-in-law, you'll be married to your husband for 10 years. Your mother-in-law has never been to your house. Are you not ashamed? That's witchcraft. That's the spirit of manipulation. The Bible says it's a work of the flesh. It's not a work of the spirit. It's the flesh. You always find a way. You twist it. You manipulate the spouse. You manipulate the children. You come into a church. You also want to manipulate the people in the church. Thank God it's under your control to repent. People come and then they squeeze you. They squeeze you. They try to turn you around. You need to always get your way. If you don't get your way, everybody there is under pressure until you get your way. That's witchcraft. It's a work of the flesh. And it's not, we call it a work of the flesh, but there's a spirit that comes in. Hallelujah. You open that door, that spirit comes in. And pretty soon, if you're not careful, it will get out of your control. That becomes your default. When you are in a setting, you're not controlling that setting, you're not happy. Except you are controlling it. Even if you are running it aground, but I'm in charge, I'm doing it. The Bible says, make the tree good and you make the fruit good. It doesn't require struggle. Once the tree is good, the fruit will be there. But no, people would rather go and pluck some plastic artificial fruits and gum it to the... So that when they come for the commissioning, the place will look good. But he said that rebellion is as witchcraft. And stubbornness as iniquity and idolatry. But let's take note of that list. Let's take note of that list. Christians are supposed to be easy people to deal with. Hallelujah. If you deal with a Christian, what you see should be what you get. If I come to your house as a brother, even if it's not convenient, I'm going to come to your house. But even if it's not convenient for you, even after you communicate to me it wasn't convenient for you, I still want to have a sense that this guy loves me. Hallelujah. Christians are not supposed to be irritable. That's why in Romans 16:17, the Bible says that, he said, take time to look for the people who cause divisions among you. And you should avoid them. In 1 Corinthians chapter 3, I believe verse 16. Let me say that quickly. 1 Corinthians 3:16. He said, know ye not that ye are the temple of God, and that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you? Next verse. He said, if any man defile the temple of God, him shall God destroy, for the temple of God is holy, which temple ye are. Now, this scripture is not talking about you as a temple. It's talking about the church, the local church as a temple. Hallelujah. And if you go back and start reading from verse 1, he was talking about dissensions and quarrels. Do you remember? He said, one say I'm of Paul, and that says I'm of Apollos, all of that. He said, if you are like that, you are carnal. And you walk as mere men. And then he comes here and tells them that, look, you are the temple of God. So anything you bring, he said, if you do it, that the Lord will destroy you. That's what he says. I'm reading it from scripture. I'm not checking the Hebrew and the Greek. I'm just reading it. And I always jokingly tell us, the reason the shepherd in a sheepfold has a rod and a staff is not for joke. Hallelujah. But it's important that we obey instructions. It's important. Look, your Christian life will take a quantum leap if you will just obey instructions. Look, you will not believe what God wants to do with you if you will just obey instructions.